She's not looking for a ring or anything classy. All she needs is for someone to care to ask her to go steady. She's so ready for that leather jacket. She will hack it with internet manipulations and a variety pack of stipulations. She said, don't try to deny it. You clearly faked it. I'm pregnant, maybe. It's not a fiver, babe. It's not a fiver, babe. It's not a fiver, baby.
Never saw
It's
this.
not
What
a
are we
fiver,
seeing?
baby.
What's this? HEVN? Is this a... Are you seeing this? I'm
That's
literally... I can't unsee it. What the hell is that?
Some babies, but there's some ladies from a block. I'm not some slob. I'm on the job.
It says Fiverr.
She hired Fiverr.
Oh no! Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This is why you do it live. This...
She's out of control with her daddy's funding and her lawyer scheming. But I know the truth, she can never delete it. I'm not some slob, I'm on the job. Truth deep diver. She hired Fiverr. 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 She hired Fiverr.
That's it. That's what it is. That's it. That's what
No.
it is. That's it. That's what
No.
it is.
I'm not some slob.
No, I mean, Meg, what unbelievable that we just figured this out.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's me, Megan Fox, and I'm here with Dave Neal. It's been so long. You guys have been asking me for Dave for a while. How you doing, Dave?
No one's asking for me.
Oh my God, you have no idea. Every day. When are you going to have Dave back on? Where's Dave? And I mean, I agree. I miss being on with you. I feel like we used to hang out more, but
Well, yeah, I mean, life's crazy. It's been so insane, but boy, isn't it nice to review the Love Trapped podcast and hear all these familiar voices?
oh my gosh, yes. It's been so much fun. And I absolutely want to get to that. There's so much in the Laura Owens update world we have to talk about. But before we do that, I want to hear your thoughts on the Justin Baldoni basically being vindicated. Right? I mean, the lawsuit against him, all the charges against him have been dismissed. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's wild, right? 10 of the 13 claims that Blake Lively made, the judge said, we don't even need to send this to a jury. This is nonsense. Blake Lively's side is like, these are all technicalities. But the judge is like, no, there's literally no evidence provided that lives up to harassment. And that's what it comes down to. And it took Baldoni with $1 billion backer to kind of fight his case, which very similar to the Clayton case in the sense that it's like a David versus Goliath, somebody making false claims, very hard to prove innocence in a false claim like that. But the judge, the process played out and there's still some elements of retaliation on the table, but the bigger case has pretty much been thrown out.
There's a part of me that thinks that judge really was dragging his feet over this. This seems like something that do you know when Justin's motion to dismiss went in that this judge just ruled on? Because it feels like this could have been over a long time ago.
And I didn't read the 152-page response, but when you think about what goes into a judge literally citing all of the different case study, the judge, I mean, I know he has a lot of help with this, but I can't even imagine writing 152 pages responding to that. It would take me 10 years to do what he did. And again, he's got other cases and who knows, it's such a slow process, but this is like, I think best case scenario for Baldoni is that the judge is like, listen, not only am I saying, no, this isn't going to go to trial, but here's why. Again, the problem I think a lot of people have is if you're dug in the sand as a Blake Lively fan, you're not reading the 152 pages. Blake Lively was able to cherry pick some of the judges.
I saw that.
Right. The judge is basically saying what's going to go to trial will go to trial because Blake could claim this and Baldoni could claim that. But she only took the things Blake could claim as sort of gospel and shared that. And like, that'll be enough for her audience that's lightly following this to think all men are bad because what Baldoni did. But I think most people that have been, like, it's almost like the deeper you follow this, the more likely you're on Baldoni's camp here.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I haven't really followed it all that closely. I just started catching up. And just the 17 items, her 17 item demand list was mind-blowing for me. The, list she comes up, a list of demands that she wants when the things she's demanding weren't happening in the first place.
And it's like she had them by the balls. They had this pause in work. And you know what drives audiences crazy is what I'm about to say. I love to get in the mind of someone like Blake Lively, just like I'd like to get in the mind of someone like Laura Owens and try to think about why they did what they did. This drives people insane. But I think it's a combination of when you get your fame at such a young age, you stop developing emotionally when you become famous. That's kind of like what they say. I don't know if it's true, but it makes sense, right?
It seems true.
She's famous at 18. It's very hard for someone to be as normal as someone like a Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift is. Think what you want about them, but like, they've had the world watching them throughout their adolescence. It's insane. I have a lot of grace for what they might be going through. And I don't think many people do, because they see someone who's rich and they go, whatever. But Blake Lively's been coddled for so long that, and I've worked on Gossip Girl. They have her jacket ready. They got her Uggs ready as soon as the take's over. Here you go, ma'am. They put her down and they wipe her ass. They wet wipes ready. They do the whole thing, right? And then you've got that. And then now it's like she's getting older. She's no longer playing the parts that she was rewarded for. You either become the person like Amy Adams who can adapt to roles that might not be sexy, like Amy Adams in The Fighter. There's just certain people, the Meryl Streeps of the world, that can dive into a character.
Sure.
See what you want about Hollywood, but it's like, if you're not going to be the hot girl who's stuck on a rock fighting a shark like she did in that Seagull movie, whatever, right? She's getting birds shitting on her as she's just floating. If you're not going to be aged to put the bikini on and play that role, what are you going to become? Now, I say all of that having grace for her. She made a terrible decision to even star in this movie when she's only several weeks after giving birth. So she's not even in the mindset. It's like, you have the privilege that I would assume so many people would dream of, which is to be able to sit on your ass, eat bone broth, and breastfeed your child for a few months or a year, however long you feel entitled to.
However long, yeah.
Like, that's like, and so this is the most pro-feminist take I think you're going to hear, which is she didn't need to prove anything. She didn't need the money. It was a good part she wanted to take, but she probably needed 6 more months. Did she have some sort of postpartum psychosis or depression or whatever, which led her to take the already like self-consumed narcissism she had and fly too close to the sun? I don't know, but she's dug her heels in and she's not backing down, and she's going to lose in front of a jury.
So I want to play this clip from the Forbes Power Women Summit from 2022. And it's Blake Lively basically telling on herself about what she does and what she did in this film that she knows is wrong, like stepping on toes, forcing her way.
The Forbes Power Women Summit is a must watch. It's my favorite of the summits.
Are you being facetious?
I've never been to the Forbes Power Women Summit. You have to go.
Sounds like the worst time of my life. I never want to go to something like this.
Buy you a ticket and make you go just to watch your skin peel off.
Oh God, it would be awful. I can't do it. It would be horrible.
You have to wear a headband, though. That's how you contain the power of women there. You have to look like Mary Magdalene.
Oh my God. She does look like Mary Magdalene. And what is with it? Why is she wearing a belly dancing costume to this thing? I don't understand this, but celebrities, man. Okay. Gonna play this clip. It's 1 minute and 14 seconds. And it really, to me, it describes the whole problem here.
I believe in this, and that's why I'm standing up for it, and that's why I'm not being difficult. And then there are other moments to go like, am I the asshole in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that like that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing and the costume design and creating the character.
Wait a minute. Writing and costume design and creating characters are somebody else's job. That's not the actor's job. You auditioned for a movie as an actor. You stand on your line and say your lines and show up and do what you're told. Like, what?
Yeah, you're a puppet. And with all respect to puppets, some people can take words off a page and make them into incredible characters. Daniel Day-Lewis, there's a million, actors I love that do that. But it's like and by the way, you can literally do everything she wants to do if you're producing and directing. If you're not, you have to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. If she's so interested in producing or directing, then why doesn't she do that? She's literally a bazillionaire. Her husband is one of the most famous actors on earth with a ton of money and connections. Are you telling me she couldn't direct or produce a movie if she wanted to? Why must she do it on a film no one invited her to?
Well, it's kind of because she's not good at creating. She's good at like control. So she wants to give advice once something's already made. She wants to take your art and already move it around. That's what the proof has been, because any chance she's had to develop her own things has always fallen flat. But this is what you do, right? So in a TV show or movie, the actors, like, you do want a little autonomy to say a line the way you've envisioned it. So what they normally do is they'll do all of the takes. They'll get everything that they need to do to get the shot. And then they'll go, this one's for the actor. And then they roll on the camera and they let you do it your way. And then 90% of the time they take that and they throw it in the fucking garbage.
Right.
But at least they got it on there, because sometimes I've been on sets where I do something and sometimes they're like, oh, okay, we like that. That's cool. And sometimes they tell you no, and it sucks. That rejection of the creative child being rejected sucks. And we watched Blake Lively get triggered in the moment when she's like, shouldn't I be standing over there? And Baldoni's like, the camera's set. We're good. And it's kind of like, we just spent 3 hours while you were kind of like eating your acai bowl in your trailer. We spent 3 hours setting up the shot. We're fucking good.
Is that how you say that, acai? I've never known. Is that really how that's pronounced?
Yeah, sorry, the more you know. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Any Brazilian?
Only a guy who lived in California would be able to tell me this.
Hey, I've got acai skin here.
I trust you 100% on that.
Actually, the first time I heard acai was standing in for Matt Bomer on White Collar, and he has the best skin in the world. And if Matt Bomer eats acai, everyone should eat acai.
I need to do something, because I gained 13 pounds over the winter, and that shit is hard to take off. I am so embarrassed for myself. Ugh. I was at the gym today sweating on a 40-minute brisk walk, like 170 heart rate. I think I'm dying, Dave.
Abs are made in the kitchen. I'm with you. I just spent a month traveling. I'm up like 11 pounds, but I've lost 4 since yesterday. All that's how bloated I was. But it's like, you gotta go keto. You gotta give up the sugar.
I don't even eat that much sugar. I just eat too much in general. It's just too much.
Hard to overeat on a piece of steak.
Oh, that's true.
It's also hard to
fills you up quick.
Yeah.
Fills you up quick. Well, here's what happened. Really, let me tell you what happened, because this is one of those moments when you go, ow, that hurt. I was at my sister's house this weekend. I was at Steph's, and my parents were there, and my mom sees me. One of the first things she says to me is, "What happened to your diet?"
You're like, bleh. Well, you know what's like,
yeah, let me put the Easter ham down that I'm chewing on, and kill
so
myself.
Funny is, like, we've like I said, we've been eating gas station food for the last month, driving all over the East Coast, and I get a ring alert. And again, like I said, I'm bloated as hell. My eyes are swollen. I just look like I'm like a victim they pulled out of the Hudson River, and I get a ring alert. My neighbor was picking up my package for us, and he has like this tank top on, and he's just ripped, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's just like and he doesn't even know he's being filmed, and he's just strong, and he walks away with this like tight ass and his shorts. I'm just like, God damn! And I'm literally like coughed up the pizza I was eating. I was like, enough is enough.
Enough enough. You know what? It's always enough for me is when someone else notices. I really thank my mother for saying that because I had been talking myself out of it. I've been like, no one can tell. It's fine. It's not that bad. It's not. It's really. I'm still fitting into my clothes. They're a little tight, but I'm sure no one can notice. Second that came out of her mouth, I was like, oh, okay.
And you know what? iPhone and Google, they do these like on Facebook. They're like, here's what you looked like 5 years ago. And it's like, 5 years ago, it was the pandemic. I was running. I had free time all day. I was getting sun. I was like sitting on rocks, like sunning, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, it's like you need a little shame to kickstart.
You do. I'm a big believer in fat shaming. In fact, I reached out to the king of fat shaming, my friend Nick Ricada. I was on the treadmill and I said, you got to save me because I'm dying here. Like it's bad. The scale is going the wrong way. You got to shame me. So literally sends me this.
Holding on. Why is Megan Fox so heavy?
Got a good pipe.
I know. There are like 2 more parts to that. I told him he needs to record it and put it on Spotify.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I mean, it's like everyone can do whatever the hell they want with their body. But for me, sometimes I got to look at myself, in the mirror. I think some people think I look young. I got like 19 lights. I got lights.
Yeah, me too. I got the lights. I got the fuzzy filter.
Just for your audience, I have a little Wi-Fi here. Look what happens when I turn my lights off here. I look like 40. I look like a death rained down on me right now.
No, you don't.
I have these lights on.
Exactly
Like a young dad on Nickelodeon. So, if I could just carry these lights with me all throughout the day, you can't do that. You ever try to take a photo of someone and it's the wrong camera and it's on you and you're like, God damn.
Yes. How about the memes of how your camera sees you and it's always from the chin, the double chinning? Oh my God. It's awful.
I hear you.
It's so bad. Oh my God. Okay. There's only a little bit more left of this, but what she says here is still like shocking to me.
And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So,
she lied.
It's just so entitled because that's what everybody wants. We're all clawing with our fingernails to get creatively respected in this world. And like, you don't just buy your way into that. So if you're not, and again, calling out the blueprint here, like I said, it's one thing to be on set and offer your opinion. Like we've all done that. I was on a set doing background work and I talked my way into stunts. I upgraded my job. I got to do stunts in a movie. It was such a cool experience. I like literally talked, fake it till you make it, by all means. But then when you start coercing people and using your equity within her talent agency, your husband's equity, your best friend Taylor Swift's equity, when you start pulling those strings that way, you are now sabotaging someone else to elevate yourself. And that's just not the way to do it. Like, do it fair, talk your way into that role, but don't force it, And
yeah, because if the producer or the director is not open to it, then you have to just stop. You don't start accusing them of sexual harassment because they didn't give you what you wanted. And that seems to be what she did here. I want to read this one thing that she wrote. She put out a statement after the lawsuit was dismissed. And there's something about it that really bothers me. This is giving a lot of Laura Owens to me. And the physical pain from digital violence is very real. Can we just start with that right there, Dave? What's your initial response when you hear that sentence?
It's like every time something's mean said to her, she's like hooked up to a shock collar, What are you talking about? The
physical pain. What physical pain from digital? What is digital violence?
Here's what she doesn't realize, because she's able to like get laughs in front of her friends and all the people that are around her. And this is what happens to a lot of comedians when they become famous, is they no longer get a true gauge on what's funny because people treat them a different way, versus like getting by on the merits of your art. Right. So she thinks she's funnier, wittier, smarter. She thinks all of these things about herself because she's surrounded by people that, part of their job is to sort of fillet the ego. I'm like, that's just how it works. Right. But every once in a while, when you're a star like she is, you come out and do your press run, and then you get a new boost of love and a new boost of hate because people see you for who you are. And that's exactly what happened. She comes out of the woodwork and she does this press run, and she's kind of shitty. And then people notice other ways that she's shitty. And they notice that she's promoting her liquor brand. And she's doing all of this synergizing, which might work if you're starring in the Green Lantern on some like soft, comic book.
Yeah, but a movie about domestic violence.
Yeah, you don't get to promote your scrunchy line or your flower. Yeah. You don't get to do that.
And alcohol, considering alcohol is one of the catalysts for a lot of domestic violence, it's really tone deaf.
And more importantly, she doesn't drink alcohol. That's the craziest part. She's a sober person. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe
she is. Yeah.
And so it's like, endorse products you're all about. You know what I mean? Like, again, I got no hate on this celebrity endorsements if it's something you believe in. If you're Dan Aykroyd and you believe in your like tequila or George Clooney, there's all, The Rock, and that's what you believe, go for it. You know what you're talking about. You love it. But she's getting all of this bad advice, although she's in charge and it's up to her, and she doesn't receive that feedback. She latches on to what might be a smear campaign and thinks, oh, this is all weaponized against me. These people can't possibly not like me. And it's just, sometimes it's the internet can actually be good. And sometimes it can alert you to your flaws, and that's okay too, to just take it with a grain of salt, but realize maybe I do suck in interviews. And she does. She sucks in interviews. She's super rude when she thinks she's being funny. And there's a tight needle to thread when you're going to be funny with a stranger and not come off like a see you next Tuesday. And she came off like a see you next Tuesday. And that's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I mean, here, this idea, though, of digital violence really bothers me because, Dave, you know as well as I do that if a woman like this is able to convince people that criticizing a grown-ass adult and a celebrity online is digital abuse, well, we're screwed, because we'll never be able to make a joke, never be able to comment on these false accusers or any. Look at Laura Owens. She has been threatening to sue you, me, and everybody in between for the digital violence she says is happening to her. This is exactly like the kind of thing Laura Owens and David Gingras want to do to people and creators to shut us up. I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I also don't feel like it's even remotely close to working. So I just let the audience be the judge and jury. It's like, look, you really think I was that tough on Laura Owens? And of course they didn't. They thought I was fair. And, audiences, their audiences are way smarter than we give them credit for. And if Blake Lively is actually a good person and this was all a fabricated smear campaign, they would have snuffed it out. In fact, they did snuff it out. They snuffed out that Baldoni wasn't the bad guy that the New York Times and Blake Lively made him out to be. 3 months of investigative research they put into that. And then hours before they were going to hit publish, they asked him for his side of things. I mean, that's the shoddiest journalism. It's like, look, if you're going to come for somebody, write the whole story. And
they did that to Clayton too, when they gave Clayton no time at all to respond to that Sun article. Like they already made up their mind. She had already written it, and that was it. They weren't gonna give Clayton hardly any time to respond.
Yeah, and it's just a product of how like the sort of sugar high that gossip magazines get. They just want that quick story. And I get it. Like, I get what they want. You just but if you're the New York Times, you have to hold yourself to a higher standard than the Sun. And if you fall down into that game they're playing in the mud, it's just like how, and the fact that they, I get respecting like the rights of the press to not be sued into oblivion and things like that. But Justin Baldoni has a real defamation case. They threw, correct me if I'm wrong in the audience, They immediately tossed his defamation case against the New York Times, but I do believe he's going to appeal that. And the more information that comes out regarding how they were like willfully ignoring searching for the actual facts, and again, the New York Times case probably won't go anywhere because of that protection, but he's also got defamation case against Stephanie Jones, who was like pulling the strings, creating these fake court cases in order to extract text messages through sham subpoenas. Like, this is insane what they were trying to do to like sort of like go onto the dark side of the legal world to get this information.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm glad to be catching up on this story because it seems like it isn't going to be over soon, even though because she is going to trial against the movie studio. So we'll see. All right, moving on to Laura Owens, because we do need to do that. And I know you are in a rush today, Dave. I did send you a text. I will not allow you out of here in 30 minutes, but I will give you 45. We will try and get you out of here in a solid 45 minutes. So we got to move on to Laura Owens. Okay. I don't know. What is that? StreamYard sending me YouTube API issue emails? I don't need to see that right now. All right, here we go. This is a transcript from the State Bar of Arizona hearing in the matter of David Gingras. It is not that long. I thought we should read it over quickly because I haven't even seen it, but I hear that it's hilarious. Have you read this yet?
No, I haven't.
All right. I will be Judge Vandenberg. You will be Gingras, and we will just start after the hellos, and then we'll switch when the other bar counsel comes up.
Should I get a couple DUIs before I? I like to be method. Can I get a 16-year-old and
Oh God, Dave.
May I just try to play the character right? I would like.
We don't have any time for that. Remember, you're in a rush today.
I'll try my best.
All right. All right. Okay. So Mr. Gingras has filed a notice, and that's a notice of the State Bar's failure to comply with disclosure rules. That was filed on March 30th. The State Bar did file a request for clarification on the response requested or required, and that was filed on April 1st. The disciplinary court did then issue the order setting this hearing, and it was set pursuant to the rules, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Gingras, I'll start with you. I'm not sure that I see what it is that you think is missing from what you described that the State Bar has provided you. So can you enlighten the record?
Sure, Your Honor. So the issue deals with disclosure of Judge Mata's testimony. The State Bar has disclosed Judge Mata as a witness. What they have not done is disclose anything regarding the substance of her testimony. With respect to the specific allegations in the complaint that I made false statements about Judge Mata, the initial disclosure from the bar, which is on page 2 of my notice, is absolutely zero. Nothing of any substance at all regarding these alleged false statements. They're not even referenced other than to say Judge Mata will testify about the adverse impact of my post about her. That doesn't tell me anything that she's going to say about whether these posts are true or are they false. There's nothing about the substance of her testimony on that issue. I then conferred with Mr. Lee about this, and as you can see on page 3 of my notice, the bar is supplementing their disclosures to add at least something, which I've referred to as essentially a bare denial, that Judge Mata will testify that she didn't do anything that I accused her of. But then there's a really shocking, almost a footnote at the end of the paragraph that says bar counsel is attempting to confirm whether Judge Mata will in fact testify as stated. And I've characterized that as essentially admitting that bar counsel violated Rule 11 by making extremely serious allegations of misconduct against me without even talking to the only witness who could testify to that issue. So where we are right now.
Oh, wait a minute. Why would they need to talk to her? She filed a complaint with the bar. They don't need to. They have it in writing already. Good Lord.
He should have compelled lunch. That would have helped. We got to solve everything. One quick lunch. So where we are right now, Your Honor, is we are days away from the dispositive motion cutoff, and I have not a single clue what the bar's star witness is going to say against me. That's a clear violation of the disclosure rules. I've asked in my notice that you find the violations willful and that you simply conclude Judge Mata from testifying. But that's not actually what I want, Your Honor. If you were to do that, basically that gives me a win, but a technical win. And I don't want a technical win. I want the truth to come out. What I said about the judge was unfortunately true. And I've been accused of lying about that. And there are now hundreds of videos on YouTube because this is a high profile case. Well, it's a medium profile case.
It's really not that high profile,
Give us
Jingy.
that kind of credit. And some high profile. Yeah. In your county, sure. And somebody released the complaint. I didn't do it, but I understand it's a public matter anyway. But all of these false accusations the bar has made against me are all online as part of social media. I'm entitled to vindication. And the only way that we can do that is by having Judge Mata testify, and I'll explain what she did and didn't do. And right now, we don't have any disclosure from the bar.
Okay, I got to go to the next one. It's another page. Here we go. There we go.
Regarding that testimony. So I would like the court to do is to order the bar to tell me and to tell the court whether or not, first of all, whether or not Mr. Lee or anyone else has ever spoken to Judge Mata about this case. And then number two, if the answer is yes, what did she say? I'm entitled to that information.
I'm not sure that I embraced your arguments. That's a nice way to say it. I don't buy it.
Tasha in a fight. I don't really embrace. She's gonna you're gonna embrace sleeping on the couch.
You should try it. Try it out and let me know how that goes for you.
Sure.
Having said that, I'm going to make a reference to the State Bar Counsel Lee, because I'm assuming you're the one who's going to take the lead in this response. It does not matter to me if it's you or Mr. Henley, but the notice, as far as what Mr. Gingras has just described, as far as the State's Bar providing notice with regards to Judge Mata and the testimony the State Bar expects to elicit, is there anything you disagree with respect to what Mr. Gingras has said or put in his notice? You can take Lee.
Yes, it's the State Bar's position that the disclosure, including the supplemental disclosure, sufficiently provides Mr. Gingras with sufficient information to investigate and prepare his defense. His request for the information provided by Judge Mata to the bar is, in the State Bar's opinion, work product, except to the extent to which he's going to testify. My experience has been that the court does not typically require opposing parties to disclose every statement that a witness is going to make while on the stand, but sufficiently detail and categorize and in categories have been provided to Mr. Gingras in the supplemental disclosure statements. So we believe that that is sufficient.
This seems sufficient to me. Well, I guess what I wanted you to just make sure is, Mr. Gingras has injected certain portions of your pleadings into his notice. So I want to just clarify, you're not suggesting that he omitted things that you think were controlling irrelevant with regards to questions before the PDJ currently, right?
No. I believe that the team has provided you with the entirety of the anticipated testimony that I included in the initial and supplemental disclosure statement.
And I will just note, with regards to the indication of our counsel attempting to confer with Judge Mata, that there are other pleadings that have been filed that does reflect that Judge Mata is being represented and what those parties have, or that party, or I guess not a party, that on behalf of Judge Mata, whether or not there should be testimony with regards to Judge Mata. And that's something that's not yet before the PDJ. So I haven't made any rulings on that for today's purposes. Mr. Gingras, can I just ask you, when we start the initial case management conference, I noted Civil Rule 5.2 with regards to the requirements that documents be filed in one point and in the docket. And in the document you cited, your notice, the file right now, you've used color. Oh my God, he keeps doing this. He keeps doing this. Some of your other pleadings have used color, and it appears cut and paste. And we kind of just, oh my God, he's just like Laura. It's arts and crafts. As we kind of discussed at the ICMC, seems really more appropriate for an attachment. Can you tell me what's happening? Why haven't you complied with my directive?
Oof. Well, Your Honor, I printed my notice. I have it on my desk in front of me. The print version is black and white. I don't recall if there's color in any of the screenshots that are included. I thought color was a metaphor. They actually meant color?
No, they mean color. He keeps doing this. He colors text. He uses rainbow markers to highlight things. I swear to God, he uses color photos, color screenshots. He put full on color screenshots of Lauren in one of them.
That's so funny. Okay. I don't recall if there's color in any of the screenshots that are included, but this is an unbelievably common practice that I've used for 20 years. I understand the rule requires text to be black and white, but what I'm giving the court are illustrations, or essentially screenshots, that are just used to help assist the reader in finding information more easily. If you don't want me to do that, I will do it the hard way. She's so fucking unlikable. But I've just done it this way for 25 years. I've seen bar council's done it that way. I've seen courts do it this way. So I'm not trying to disregard the rule, and I certainly wouldn't disregard your order if you don't want me to include screenshots and pleadings. Just you can say that and I will comply with that. But I have the document in front of me. It's black and white in the printed version.
Well, you may have printed it in black and white. I have a color version, and I will direct you to where it's in color in your filing. And it's on page 3. You kind of reference it as being something that you were highlighting. The statement bar counsel is attempting to confirm whether Judge Mata will in fact testify as stated. That is...
Oh, there's highlighted. I guess it's highlighted there. Yeah.
I'm not sure where the confusion is from our first conversation. That's the only reason I'm highlighting this. And so I'm not doing something other than enforcing the rules that exist. And so Civil Rule 5.2 indicates that in a document that it is to be in black and white. We gotta go to the next one. There we go.
I love that he can pick a fight about screenshots. Like
I
this
know.
guy is
Unbelievable.
so abrasive.
It specifically carves out the exception of exhibits or attachments. And so I'm not telling you you can't use screenshots. It's telling you you need to comply with the rule if you want to prevent something that has color, for example, or has alternate fonts that are discouraged in Rule 5.2. But having said that, I have considered your request. I don't find that the State Bar has violated the discovery rules here. The disclosure rules, and so your motion or your notice at this point, the PDJ is not going to take any type of remedial action because they don't find the State Bar has done anything out of compliance with standard practice and disciplinary matters or proposed rules. And with that, we'll stand in recess. Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Yes?
Your Honor, there were other issues we haven't discussed.
With regards to what was set for today?
Yes.
What else was set?
So the Judge Mata part was only one issue that I raised in my notice. The second issue, which is on page, let me see here.
What I asked you to do was enlighten me if there was something in addition. And so you got to go first. And then I asked the State Bar if they have anything else. So I'm not going to give you back the floor. No, I'm going to give you back the floor. But at this point, I will just reiterate my first query to you. So I have your notice. Is there something else you wanted to address with regards to the notice that was sent for today? Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize that you wanted me to address every single issue at one shot. I raised the Judge Mata issue first because I wanted to talk about it first. Sorry.
It's Baby Jingy.
I noticed the Baby Jingy. It says, in addition to that decisioning the Judge Mata issue, a second matter has arisen, which requires immediate resolution by the PDJ. And then I'm explaining here that Mr. Lee is acting as bar counsel, but also the complainant with respect to multiple issues in the complaint. He's the sole complainant. I've tried to speak to him about his allegations, and he's refused to talk to me. There's been no disclosure from Bar RWRT, Mr. Lee's testimony, and he's in fact obstructing my ability to investigate what he's accused me of. And no one else other than him has made those allegations.
When you say Mr. Lee, are you talking about the senior bar counsel, Lee?
Wait, yes.
Well, okay. Well, so I will just tell you, it's the State Bar that's the complainant, not Mr. Lee. He works for the State Bar. So anything else?
So just tell me, Your Honor, so I'm not able to investigate the allegations. I understand that Mr. Lee works for the bar. He's been the person that I've been speaking with for the last 18 months. He's the only one that has corresponded with me. I responded to him, and based on our discussions, Mr. Lee is the person on behalf of the State Bar. But he's the one that has put forward allegations in the complaint that no one other than him has raised. So I need to talk to somebody to try to ask questions about what are you claiming exactly. And
wait, the charges weren't enough for him? They were spelled out pretty clearly. I read them.
They weren't spelled out in color. And I guess I understand it's the bar, but Mr. Lee is the person at the bar that has this information. So if you're telling me that I'm not allowed to speak to Mr. Lee and I can't present a defense, then that's fine. You can take that position. Obviously, I'll seek relief from that.
I think you just mischaracterized even your own pleading. You're saying you just want to talk to Mr. Lee, counsel for the bar, but you've described him in your pleading as a witness. And what I'm clarifying for you is the idea that Mr. Lee is a witness is incorrect. So saying that you have a right to communicate with him as a witness in your proceeding is incorrect. I'll ask Mr. Lee to clarify. Have you taken the position that as far as in preparation for this proceeding as counsel for the bar, you aren't going to communicate with Mr. Gingras? Oh God, I wouldn't if I were him. I mean, good Lord. And here's the last one. Okay. All right, this is you.
No, not in a general sense. He asked me specific questions, but it's because I'm not a witness and I'm only representing the state bar. I refused his work product information that he's seeking in the state bar's opinion. So I refused to answer some of the questions that he posed to me.
Oh, all right, Mr. Gingras. What else?
Apparently nothing, Joanna.
Okay. And so that I don't run afoul with this a second time, I'm assuming that the state bar doesn't have anything else you need to put on the record before we disconnect?
No, we have nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Stand in recess. Holy cow. He has a lot of nerve.
What a
doesn't
kink,
he?
I mean, she's just the kink shaming. I can just imagine him with his little ball gag and whatever's jammed up his ass, just like flogging himself as they just like tell him he's wrong. What in the dominatrix world does this guy live in?
I want to turn to the podcast for our last remaining 5 minutes that we have you here for. Love Trapped has gone to #1 on Apple Podcast series. It's unbelievable. That is so cool. What are your thoughts about the podcast? How have you what is your week like? Are you waiting every week for Thursday to hit? Like, you're listening to everyone as soon as it drops? Like, what do you think?
I get a glass of red wine and I make love to my wife at midnight. To the sound of my own voice on the good iHeartRadio. My wife's got a thing for iHeartRadio podcasts. My wife gets turned on by too many ads on a podcast.
Oh my God. So many people are complaining about the ads. And I say, listen, people, that's what makes it free.
I'm not afraid to tell you how much I hate iHeartRadio. And I'll change my tune if I ever have to work with them. I will backtrack. But boy, do I hate corporate podcasts. But
what is so hard about hitting that 30-second forward button, though? Really?
It's not that. I don't know. And I have a lot of ads myself, but I'm not.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
In fact, as an ad, I've got For Hers. I'm sponsored by forhers.com this week, which is hilarious. My hairline here, I can tell women what to do with their bodies. Use my promo code Rush Hour. No. Okay, back to the podcast. Stephanie's great. She's been fantastic. I can't imagine what she has to do to make this happen. It's not my style. I'm an instant dopamine rush person. I can't do anything long term. So it's incredible. Me personally, I'm a ball hog. I wish the whole podcast was my voice, but I'm glad it's not. But I'm not going to pretend when someone else gets an interview, I'm like, how many seconds? They got like more time.
I was upset that I had to wait till episode 6 to show up. I mean, my God, it's 6.
There really was a lot. Yeah, she had to kind of really build the story. And it is interesting. She does a great job of like hooking the audience and teasing. And it's hard to like black my brain out and listen as like a current listener. And because like we just know so much that hasn't even been brought up yet, but she's doing a fantastic job. I mean, there's probably a million ways you could tell this story, but there's certain things you can't not do. And I think she's kind of hitting all of the notes and then sharing her, she's like sort of tying together, she's got Clayton and myself. We're wordy people. It's like,
it was me too. I mean, my God, and she did hours of interviews with me. Narrowing all of that down to like a digestible podcast, 45 minutes or whatever each, is amazing to me. I think she's great. I love it. I want to play my favorite part, and we don't need to have that on the screen, so I'll just move that over there. I want to play my favorite part of this, the bonus episode. On episode 6, there was a bonus of Laura's deposition. We have never heard this audio, or at least I didn't. I don't know who Dave.
Never heard it. Never asked.
Okay.
To be honest.
Oh, I've begged. I can't get it. I can't get it.
It's so Woodnick to just drop his pants for Stephanie. It's like, what about us? You know what I mean? I'm never like, he's just sweet talking everybody. I see you. Woodnick.
I begged for it. He wouldn't give it to me. But this really is amazing. I want to play some of this.
You understand what an OBGYN is? Correct.
What is that?
An obstetrician or a gynecologist.
Or both. In the past 24 months, what is the name of any obstetrician or gynecologist who you have had a medical proceeding or actual appointment with?
The ones that I stated.
No.
No.
So-
No. I love Greg's response. No. No.
I hope he's just putting his hand on her head. No. Close her. No.
No. No, Laura.
Just like, no.
No.
Those are appointments you didn't go to. I want to talk about you actually went in and had a discussion with a doctor in a waiting room or in a patient room.
Mom doc.
So mom doc.
In
You've been
November.
inside the office at mom doc.
Yes.
You've been inside the exam room at mom doc.
Yes.
You've been alone with the doctor and mom doc and maybe a nurse who would go in during a gynecological check-in, whatever, correct?
Yes.
That is the only obstetrician or gynecologist for which you have been inside their practice office in the past 24 months.
I guess as well. I mean,
There was a banner at the urgent care,
Yes.
correct?
That was the urgent care appointment where
Mm.
she took an in-office pregnancy test.
I find myself, first of all, incredibly excited about Greg's deposition tactics and how he sounds in a deposition. I want the whole thing so bad.
And it's a video deposition too.
I know. And it's a video. Like, when are we going to get to see the video?
I think, Greg, I think you and I should do a joint live stream to watch the whole thing. I don't see a scenario
Yes.
where anyone else deserves it at this point. So,
I-
and I don't know, like, what do we got to do?
What do we have to do?
what do we have
I
to
know.
do? Give it to us.
I don't know. We're going to have to find out. We're going to have to come at it from a different perspective or something. I don't know. Greg's got
Actually,
kids.
Brian,
Maybe we could kidnap one of them and we'll give it back if we can get the deposition footage. Maybe.
I still got, I'll go get the van. I got the van guy. It doesn't have air conditioning, but we could hog tie a little woodnick here. All in good fun. We'll feed him. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, we'll take good care of him.
We'll let him listen to every episode of the Rush Hour. You know, I see a fan. Listen, I love Woodnick. I called him on my way to my gig in Stamford because I had some like free time, and he's just so funny. He's so funny. Like it's a fun hindsight that people can sort of laugh in a way that's sort of like mocking how ridiculous she was. Now, obviously, it deserved everyone's like immediate serious attention, and he did a great job. It's just good to see all of this play out. Deandra, just unbelievable how she like handled Laura. They knew all of the cards she was going to play before she even played them, and it was masterful.
I love hearing from Deandra in the podcast also. Just absolutely love hearing from her perspective, like what that was like on the trial day. Speaking of the trial, are you making plans to go to Arizona for the criminal trial?
Sure, I'm a star witness.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're Dave Neal, star witness.
I mean, listen, I got so much going on that they better, like, I'm trying to make other life plans, but I got the Baldoni trial. I have that, and I'm other out of country travel. So I plan on going, but like no one's asked me about my schedule. No one from the state has contact. I could see where they wouldn't need me because everything I know I've said already on camera.
Yeah.
So like they could just pull from anything. But
Well, have they interviewed you yet?
no,
Really?
I know. Where's the love? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Where's
love?
the love? What the heck?
It's like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Can I get some goddamn respect in this joint? Jesus. Can somebody, I mean, here we are cracking the case wide open. No love. I'm used to it. Laura's the one, she's mentioned to me in her deposition too, where, you know, she kind of like threw my name out there. I don't like.
She did. She talked about you. It was about an excuse as to why she doctored a medical record. Well, that was just to Dave Neal because I wanted him to stop talking about me.
Oh, that's just to the guy that was sharing all of the updates with the public. Like,
Yeah.
how ridiculous.
How
Yeah.
ridiculous. I know. I don't want to keep you longer than you can stay. Although I would keep you as long as you would.
I got it. Yeah, I'm switching for the last year and a half. I've done my morning episode at night So I find myself working from like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Oh,
And
good
I'm
Lord.
going to die doing this. You know,
Yeah.
I'm literally going to die. I've gotten sick over it. So
Sure.
now I'm just like giving my morning episode I'm recording when my son naps. So I'm shifted. And this is the first week. This is only day 2 since I've done this. So I'm like trying to make my schedule.
All right. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'll
would
let you
love
get to it.
See you
Can we
more
do this
often.
again?
Please. Yeah, I am
Yeah.
always here. I just today was tough because I had to take the wife to a thing, and it was like, so I'm just like behind all day. But absolutely,
Well, let's do it again. Maybe we can do it again next week. Let me know what day of the week is good for you, and we'll do it again, because I want to go over more of this stuff, but I don't want to keep you and screw up the schedule, because I know how
Yeah.
it is when baby's napping,
Yeah, 'cause
etc.
you know, the whole day gets thrown off. If I
Yes,
don't
it
do
does.
stuff.
But I love seeing you, and I'm
Always
so glad
thanks.
you stopped by.
Yeah, let's
And-
keep each other accountable on our diet.
Yeah, okay. I'll check in with you.
All right, thanks for having me. I always appreciate hearing from you.
Bye, Dave.
Bye.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. I love seeing Dave. It's been a while. Let me get to some of your chats. Don't forget, there are super tips as well. I think I forgot to pin that to the top of the chat. That would be my fault, but let me do that now in case you want to use super tips, because those are fun. Super tips fun with AI, and that would be at https supertip.gg/Megan Fox. Maybe we'll listen to a little bit more of Laura's deposition together. My God, there's so much good. I would love to listen to the whole thing with Dave. Maybe I should just save it for Dave when he comes back, because it's so good. Wait, where the heck did my comment go? YouTube is so behind. All right, well, I tried. I can't do this right now while I'm live. I should have done it earlier. I tried. I stuck it in the chat. All right. Fake Laura Owens, thanks for the 5. Love Trapped. They all came back for more Netflix and Tony Robbins. Auntie M, thanks for the 2. Megan and Dave together. Shut the front door. I know I've missed him so much. I love talking to Dave. And hey, it's me. Thanks for the 5. Dave and Megan again. Super excited. And Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 5. I'm sure Megan Fox could get into the Forbes Power Women Summit. Just don't tell them you're not that Megan Fox. Be sure to recommend a comedian. That's funny. Fake Laura Owens, thanks to the 5. Wow. Blake is my spirit animal. We do it all. E. Poindexter, thanks to the 10. Physical pain, sticks and stones. Sticks and stones. Don't digital violence me. I know, right? It's so crazy. E. Poindexter to the 5. This next career path is an awful actor in those equally awful vertical dramas. God, I hope not. Thank Laura Owens, thanks for the 5. Remarkable impersonation of the baby Jingy voice. It gets higher when I'm changing his diapers. Oh no. Julie Moore, thanks to the 2. Who will be in the van with scones if Dave is a witness? You know, I don't think we can do the van with scones this time. For one, it's going to be July. It is the hottest month. I think the van would overheat. Like, I don't even think that food would cook out there in that kind of sun. So I don't think that's going to happen this time. But I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. 2012, Jameson, thanks to the 2. Megan cheated on Tug. I'm telling you, Tug was actually thinking of being here today. He was supposed to be here, but he got very busy with other stuff going on today, so he missed it. But he wanted me. I forgot to tell Dave that Tug was wanting to see him. But so we'll do it probably next week, and because Tug and I are trying to do more during the day. So he was invited. I invited him. Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay, so should we listen to a little more of the deposition? I think we will, because I'm in the mood. When is trial? Thanks for the 5. Hey, it's me. July, the end of July. It's like July 27th, 28th, 29th. And then it goes on for like 3 weeks, I think, right? Am I, chat, can you correct me? I haven't bought my tickets yet. So I don't know the exact date. All right, let's listen to a little bit more of the bonus deposition audio.
Injunction against harassment related to Clayton Eckerd.
Correct.
There's the current paternity action, which is pending before Judge Julie Mata, correct?
Correct.
Any other litigation that I need to know about?
Not that I can think of, no.
Well, you sued Dave Neal, the podcaster.
I tried to get an injunction against harassment. I didn't sue him.
You also had a civil name change action that you filed in the middle of this case.
Correct.
In November 2023, Laura filed a petition to change her name.
Have you ever gone by any other aliases?
No.
There was a legal proceeding in which you asked to change your name to.
I don't believe her. Have you ever gone by any other aliases? No. I don't believe her like at all. No, I don't. No, sorry. I bet she has.
A different name. Do you recall what that name was?
Emily Wilson?
Have you ever gone by the name Emily Wilson other than for purposes of filing the petition for name change?
No.
Have you ever signed any document under the name Emily Wilson?
No.
Laura wrote that she was being stalked and harassed online. She also said she has an order of protection against 3 men who were trying to locate her.
Yeah, Laura says a lot of things. Laura says a lot of things that are not true.
But less than a month later, Laura withdrew this petition, stating that, quote, a YouTube content creator named Dave Neal discovered my name change petition shortly after its filing and chose to share this information with his audience. This dissemination of my intended name change, as well as the reasons why I requested it, have rendered the new name ineffective and therefore unusable due to the public exposure.
Imagine what would happen if Laura Owens was allowed to change her name. Imagine all those poor catfished guys out there on dating apps if she was allowed to change her name. Yikes. There should be a category of people who are never allowed to change their names once they've done certain things, and she should be in that category.
She also asked for a refund of any fees associated with the name change process.
Of course she
The court
did.
denied that request in May.
Because she's indigent. I'm indigent. My dad only makes $20,000 a month. So I need help. And he pays for my very expensive horse riding habit. So I can't pay for court filings.
Of 2024.
Let's go ahead and take a 5-minute bathroom break right now.
Off the record at 8:57 a.m.
All right, scooching
After
forward.
the break,
Here we go.
Woodnick turns to some exhibits.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibit number 1, and actually, it should be right in front of you. You acknowledge that those are the same ultrasound image,
Yes.
and they both have your name on it,
Yes.
and they both have your identifying information on them,
Yes.
and you're denying they're yours.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on to exhibit number 3. Exhibit number 3 is an Honor Healthcare Scottsdale sonogram dated August 8th, 2021.
That's what it says.
Is that your sonogram?
Her attitude. That's what it says. Well, it says a lot of things, ma'am. How many of those things did you type on that document? That's what it says.
Exhibit 3.
No.
So you're denying that exhibits 1, 2, and 3 are your medical records.
Correct.
Okay.
We're sure
Exhibit
that's
number 4.
true. They're not hers.
You
Oh,
acknowledge
man.
that you
Okay, I was watching Jack Fox break down this deposition. He had it printed out as a transcript, and he was going over her word choices. And one of the things that he said, that's on his channel, Never a Truer Word, by the way. We love Jack. He's great. I need to have him back on. She had no trouble answering the question, are these your medical records? No, they're not. No, because that's true. They're not. Now listen to how difficult the next set of questioning gets. She's going to have a problem.
sent that message to Clayton Eckerd on May 17th, 2023.
Yes.
Okay, so that is actually you.
Yes.
Okay, but the exhibits 1, 2, and 3 were not you.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to show you exhibit number 5.
It continued on like this for some time, with Laura picking and choosing what were real messages she'd sent. Then, Woodnick turned up the heat and asked about the doctor's appointments Laura claimed she'd been to.
I'm going to be real clear. You testified under oath before Judge Gail Ketsis on November 2nd, 2023, correct?
Correct.
And everything you said to Judge Gail Ketsis was truthful.
That I can recall.
Okay. You told Judge Gail Ketsis that you had seen Dr. McCool.
On Friday.
I'm going to play it for you in a second. I'm just reminding you before I play it. You testified under oath with Judge Galketsis that you were being treated by Dr. McCool, correct?
Well, technically, I was accepted into his practice. I was still
So you
on
didn't,
his timeline.
you didn't lie, you just misled?
Good distinction.
I don't think that that's a fair way to say it. I mean, he accepts people based on whether or not he could be there for their delivery date, and I was still technically in the system with him.
How do you know that? You never met him.
Because I had to speak extensively with his office in order to get accepted.
What color hair does Dr. McCool have?
He didn't have hair, as far as I know.
Have you ever met him?
No.
Has he ever touched you, shaken your hand?
No.
Sorry.
Oh, what? Who said that? Oh, it was the court reporter, probably, because he was talking over her a little bit. Wow. I think I missed this the first 2 times around. I listened to this twice. I missed the what color hair does he have? That was good. That was so good. How can she, with a straight face, say she doesn't recall telling any lies to Judge Galketsis? She literally said she was 24 weeks pregnant as of that day. But then later she's going to go on the record and say she miscarried in July? Oh, bitch, please. Where is my button? Where is it? Where's the button? Where is it? Oh no. I've lost it. I have the right button for this. There it is. Seriously, Laura, what?
But you told Judge Galketsis that you were being treated by Dr. McCool, correct or incorrect?
Correct. I'm still in his patient portal. It says that I'm one of his patients. So it does
Say patient portal one more time.
still say that in the patient portal.
Woodnick wanted answers about the ultrasounds she'd sent Clayton.
Your position is that the ultrasound from July
Correct.
says that you're pregnant with twins.
Correct.
Okay.
And I had this confirmed by another provider.
Hang on, we're getting there. Okay. And show me in the labs where the fetuses were gendered.
Well, I had asked a provider online what they thought, and for whatever reason, they said they thought it looked like a boy and a girl.
There is no, what provider? I wish he'd followed up, and maybe he did, and this is edited, I don't know. I wish he had followed up to ask what provider was that? Which, you can't send a sonogram to an online, like, I don't know, helpline or something and be like, can you gender these babies for me? That's impossible. That's crazy. Does he follow up with that?
I don't understand. Again, it was the provider
Who was the provider who told you that exhibit number
Yeah, who?
9 was a male and female fetus?
Who?
It was whatever service I got the pills from. I had provided them with this ultrasound image.
Abortion
I'm sure I have
pills?
it in my record.
Whoa, the abortion pills? Is she talking about the abortion pills? She's claiming now that somebody at the pharmaceutical place that she ordered abortion pills from gendered the babies. It was my Fiverr doctor. Llama, good one. It's my Fiverr doctor. They were anonymous too. Yeah. They were scared of Clayton Eckert and they wanted to be anonymous. Wow. This just gets worse and worse.
I need that. So how can you get that to me?
I will be able to find it. I can find it. I will get it to you.
Can I ask a question?
Correct.
Did you, to get the abortion pills,
Yes.
you had to provide information to the online abortion portal?
It wasn't really a portal. It was like a texting service.
Okay. What did you?
A texting. This gets even better. It's a texting service. So you're telling me that a texting service gendered your babies from a sonogram? Ma'am, this is not how any of this works. None. This is none of this is how this works. Oh my God. I can't take it. 2012 Jameson, thanks to the two. Tug's favorite word is y'all. No, he hates it. Trina, thanks to the two. Breadstick money. Maybe we should play breadstick money. Hey, it's me. Thanks for the 10. Thanks for this, Megan. This topic is much more interesting, so burnt out on Hales, even though I'm curious. I quit watching another creator to come here. My opinion only and love ya. Hey, it's okay to get burnt out on a certain topic. Listen, the thing is, Tug and I are the same in this way. That's why we work together so well, is that when we get involved in a case, whether it's the Laura Owens case or the Jeremy Hales case, we like to follow it all the way. And unfortunately, in the Hales case, it's going for 2.5 years now and still going strong. And same with Laura Owens. But there's no other way for me to accurately cover a case without being there the whole time, you know? And there's only so much I can cover. So I too am happy to take a break from the Hales and talk about Laura Owens. And there is much more to discuss about this case. There's so many other updates. I don't know if we'll get to some of those today. It depends on your attention span and how much you want me to do. There is a video, but I was kind of hoping Tug would be here with me to go over that. And we could always do it again too. But there is a video of David Gingras threatening me, which is a lot of fun. And we should go over at some point because, you know, he's an asshole.
Send them.
I sent him like the test from Banner, and I sent him this, and because I was wanting to know if I needed to take more, if it was going to be twins.
Okay, for a second. So let's talk about that. The image that you sent to that service, okay, how did you send it to him?
Text. As far as I recall, it could have been uploading to something. I looked at.
So we're gonna you have no problem sharing the name of that service?
I don't.
And the image that you sent to them, was it the one that you altered or was it the original?
Are you talking about the part that was altered at the top?
You know what I'm talking about. You changed a medical record and you're not a physician, correct?
I changed.
I love Greg. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you bet she does.
The top, but it was my image.
Did you send this service the altered version of Exhibit 9 or the original version of Exhibit 9?
I believe I just sent them, I don't know, I sent them the ultrasound. I'm honestly not sure.
Near the end of the deposition, Woodnick asks her about a doctor's appointment she said she'd been to in October. And Laura reveals this was another video appointment, not an in-person exam.
Wait, hang on for a second.
This bitch. I mean, honestly, she's got what she says is a high-risk pregnancy. She's like stressing Clayton out with all this, you know, I have seizures and something's going to be wrong with the baby, but can't go to see a doctor. Nope, not in person. Can't do it. Just one person's opinion. Thanks for the 5, says good afternoon from one New Yorker to another. Here's some breadstick money. Enjoy. Hey, speaking of as one New Yorker to another, what is with this weather? Okay, it is 30 degrees and snowing outside right now. I was just in Maryland to visit my sister. It was 80 degrees. Spring has sprung. Cherry blossoms everywhere. And here in New York, it's still full on winter. I am not that far away. That is only 5 hours away from me. What is happening and why won't it stop? I'm seriously I wanted to wear this blouse today because I love it. It's new. But I was seriously considering not putting it on because I'm so freaking cold. I just want to wear a sweater. Oh, it's just ridiculous. Let's listen to some more of this.
October 17, 2023 was a video appointment?
Yes.
Okay, so when you say here, so in this appointment says that you're being treated for a traumatic brain injury, epilepsy, depression, ADHD, and it says they discuss your meds during pregnancy. You're getting care with an epileptic clinic today, and it says you're currently 22 weeks pregnant with a boy and girl.
Correct.
So that was from your self-reporting through the video portal, correct?
That was, yes.
So we can agree that Stephanie Chen did not examine you physically.
Well, she saw me physically on a video. I think I was
That's
very
not the
noticeably
same
pregnant.
thing.
I mean,
So we can agree that she didn't examine you physically, and also she's a nurse, but she didn't examine you physically.
well, I mean, she didn't know, but she saw what my stomach looked like.
Right, and you understand that there's been allegations that you were wearing a prosthetic stomach.
I'm aware of the allegations, yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yes.
They never do return to the allegations that Laura was wearing a prosthetic stomach. But at the end of the deposition, Woodnick asks her this question.
Are you familiar with the word pseudocysis?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
I've seen it on Reddit about thinking you're pregnant.
Have you researched it at all, like WebMD, that sort of thing?
Absolutely not. I just saw it on there because people have accused me of that when I have medical proof of each. So
Medical proof. She has medical proof, folks. She has medical proof. None of which is not doctored, altered, or not hers.
Concerned.
And that's all I got.
That's all I got. God, I want to see this whole thing so bad. I want to see this deposition. I can't believe I still haven't seen it. But it's just not available to me. All right. Some of you have asked to go over the documents about Judge Mata's dad. That is something I might do. It is pretty funny. Just one person's opinion. Thanks for the 5. Good afternoon. Oh, I got that one already. Julie, thanks for the 5. Please go through the court exchanges with Gingras and Judge Mata's dad. Should I do that? Do you want to do that? Are you guys up for that? All right, let's see. I read this to my sister, and she got a good laugh out of it over the weekend. I didn't do any streaming because I didn't bring any of my stuff, unfortunately. Let's see. SF, thanks for the $5 super tip.
It's a double-blind gender reveal. What don't you understand, Megan?
Why is AI so slow today? I don't know why it was doing that. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I will go and get those. Should we look at David Gingras' blog, though? Because I heard that he blogged about something. I mean, I hate reading what he has to say. However, I do like keeping up with what he's complaining about recently. I think they were saying that he misrepresented what actually happened in front of the bar. Yeah. So, oh God, what is this? Monday Madness. PDJ rules, but not as JFC claimed. I wasn't going to do a video today, but then JFC lied about what happened. Oh God, he did a video? Where? Oh no, do we dare? No, he always plays music now because he's got kicked off of YouTube. So he plays music that will get us copywritten.
Dig it.
Nope, still playing. There we go.
When I have my contacts in, which I don't right now, because I've been staring at the computer screen all day, and I'm really struggling because my contacts, I have multifocal, or it's this one's for reading and this one's for distance. So I actually it works when I'm walking around. I can look at the phone and I can read my phone.
It's funny he thinks anyone cares about this. We get it. You're old. So am I. Can we move on?
But JFC has, imagine this, they have got it wrong. So once again, the JFC playbook, I know how it works. You guys lie, and then I have to come out on and correct it. So I got tons of other stuff to do. We're going to keep this as short as I can. This is not accurate as far as what happened. Gingras' motion seeking to compel the bar to release records of.
Is that my computer spinning or this is on his end? God, I hope not. What technology is he using? All right, well, I'll just look at the chat while that's doing it. Yeah, we do not care, David. Let's see. Oh, SF, thanks for the 5. Megan, the New York government has decided to tax summer months higher than winter months, and Mother Nature can't afford summer in New York this year. God, I hope that's not true, because we always have the most beautiful summers. And I need it. I need summer to be here, and I need at least spring. Could we have spring? Maybe? Why is this not working for me now all of a sudden? Hold on. Let me refresh and see if maybe it kind of did that when I made it bigger. when I embiggened it. So maybe I should not do that. And we'll just let it be smaller.
Mata's lawyer at the AG's office, Pamela, whoever it was on the phone, didn't announce themselves. It's fine. It's, public hearings, you're allowed to be there, allowed to talk. Actually, the judge said you can't talk. So whoever this person was didn't speak, but they took notes. And I'm imagining it's the tattoo covered girl who apparently didn't have tattoos. Anyway, whatever.
What?
Let me explain what did happen. This is, it's not 100% wrong. It's just not accurate. So there's some pending motions with the bar judge, one of which is my motion to compel Mata to produce documents, including her communications with the CJC. There's a motion to compel Mata's dad to give me some stuff. And then there's a motion to quash from Judge Mata and her dad. So all those things are still out there. They were not on the docket to discuss today. That had nothing to do with why we were on the phone. The motions are fully briefed. The judge is just going to issue a ruling. But based on what happened today, I think it's very obvious what's going to happen, what she's going to do.
Oh my God. How many words does this man use to get a thought across? Have you noticed it's just too many words? Too many words, David. Can you just get to it? Was that a smoke alarm chirp in the background? Not at my house. It could have been at his. Good Lord. And there's a huge breadsticks donation here. Hey, it's me. Thanks for the 50. Appreciate that. Love you, Megan. Wish Tug was here, but life happens. Dave and Megan once a week. God, I would love that. If Dave had time to fit me in once a week, I would love to have an update on what's going on with him. I didn't have enough time today to really get into all the things I wanted to talk to him about, but it's always so much fun. And we never run out of things to talk about, do we? We never do. How much more of this is he going to say words without saying anything?
Do with that stuff. The judge we were there for something called a notice of state bar's failure to comply with the disclosure rules. And I'll get to that in a second. So the rules that we're talking about here have to do with, that's Rule 26.1. So in bar cases, we follow, everything comes from this rule, Supreme Court Rule 58, formal proceedings. And it talks about what kind of stuff you do. And then we have to do disclosure statements. And both sides, bar counsel within 10 days and me within 30 days, have to disclose the names, addresses, and phone numbers of any witness who the disclosing party expects to call, with a description of each witness's expected testimony. Now,
if David complains about me using this video to discuss it under fair use commentary, by the way, I will say that he's a hypocrite because he wants people to hear his side, right? He wants people to hear his argument. I'm giving people the opportunity to hear that. Also, on a much bigger platform than who he's talking to, which is no one. And he's been kicked off YouTube. So he's not allowed on this platform. Just putting that out there in case David decides to try and copyright strike this for some reason. David, you know what fair use is. You know I'm allowed to comment on this. You know I'm allowed to play it. And you don't make money on it. So there's no loss for you.
When I started practicing law in Arizona, actually before I even had my license, I had a case that went to a jury trial involving a defective boat.
I somehow don't believe anything he says about any of his prior cases. Do I want to hear about this defective boat? I kind of don't. Can we get to the point? Like, I haven't watched this. I have no idea what he's going to talk about, but I don't care about his case.
That issue, 2002. So it was like 24 years ago. So give me a break. One of the lawyers was asking a question to that witness, Mr. Witness, what do you think about this boat? And the other lawyer, it was not my boss. It was the other guy, a guy named Ken Countryman, who was a really nice guy.
I don't care,
The judge
David.
looks at my boss and says, Mr. Golston, show me a disclosure statement where you disclosed this exact topic that you're about to ask the witness about. And he couldn't. And there's a reason why he couldn't. It wasn't his fault. But the judge said, okay, the witness is not going to answer that question because under our disclosure rules, you're supposed to disclose in detail, a description of the witness's expected testimony.
Okay, he did the same thing with Mike Maricini, if you recall. Do you remember when David Gingras was having a literal cow because Mike Maricini wouldn't talk to him on the phone? Now, first of all, Mike was willing to talk to him, and then David did what he did and threatened to arrest him, and Mike was like, yeah, I'm not going to talk to that guy. So he screwed it up for himself, and he claimed that he had a right to hear the testimony that Mike was planning on giving before the trial. He's tried this before, and you're right, and MG, thank you. It does not have to be in detail. He was informed of what Mike Maricini was going to testify about. He was told that Mike Maricini was there to offer testimony about Laura's prior behavior and how it's the same as the behavior that she exhibited with Clayton Eckert. That's enough. You don't need to detail anymore. If you want to know, ask your client. She knows what he's going to testify to. She's got all the text messages if you want to see them. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's stupid. He's already made this argument. He loves to make arguments he has made millions of times.
What that's kind of vague, a description. You are not supposed to say, well, the witness is going to tell you about things without explaining what things are going to talk about. You have to not surprise the other side.
In Maricini's case, he was told that Maricini was going to discuss their relationship, the relationship he had with Laura, and the things that she did to him that were exactly the same as the things she did to Clayton. That should have been enough.
Supposed to tell them basically at least an outline, but the key important details are supposed to be disclosed. Clearly, without question, Jim Lee did not do that by what I believe the rule requires. Okay. And so I said,
what you believe the rule requires is not the same thing as what the judge believes, because the judge found that the bar did nothing wrong and dismissed your concerns.
It's F here. If a party doesn't do disclosure, then you file a notice of failure to comply with discovery rules. So I did that. So I said, Judge, Jim Lee has not given me any description of Judge Mata's testimony. That's 100% true, accurate. He has given me the most general disclosures I've ever seen that would never be acceptable in any case I've ever worked on, and including Margaret Downey, the reason
I just don't believe him. I can't take him seriously because he doesn't tell the truth. He exaggerates. And his exaggerations are constant. So he's going to go on and say, I've never seen anything like this before. Nobody's ever done. It's too general. It's so general. I just don't believe him.
Like JFC says, that my motion to compel communications with the bar has been denied. Doesn't mean any of that. Okay. What it means is the presiding disciplinary judge feels that Jim Lee has complied with the rule close enough.
Yeah. So you were denied.
What does that mean going forward? The next step is I'm filing a motion, an anti-SLAPP motion to dismiss, and then an alternative relief is summary judgment. That's going to be filed probably by the end of next week. So I'm going to raise my arguments for legal things, and who knows, the whole case may go away.
The whole case may go away. Did you hear that, everyone? The whole case is just going to go away. Don't worry. It's just the whole thing's going to go away. The bar's just going to change their minds. It's going to be fine. Don't worry. Recall that we just read the transcript from what happened. The judge was not impressed with this guy. The judge was pissed off that he keeps on violating the rules as far as color and highlighting. I think I even put that in a song. Yes, I think it was in #Yikes. What was the one that I wrote where it's Tramp Stamp Lawyer? Yeah, I think I mentioned his rainbow. Let's see if I did. Let's pull it up, shall we? I think I mentioned his rainbow highlighting in that song. Let's pull up Tramp Stamp Lawyer. Tramp Stamp Lawyer. Okay.
He's an internet lawyer, oh yeah. He's an experienced liar, oh yeah. He's got a DUI, baby, and a bunch of old ladies with tales to tell. Do you need a lot to save the day? Do you have a problem that should go away? It's just $50,000 to retain today. Tramp stamp a liar, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Internet lawyer, oh yeah. Tramp stamp lawyer, oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. He fought for the rights of the dirty.com to lie about teens and even their moms. There's a string of your chances with shady behavior? Did you stalk and lie about a couple of babies? Call transcript lawyer. He likes crazy ladies. You've never read Emotion Life.
Here it comes.
You're writing rainbow markers and fucking blame Trump. Hashtag yikes.
Texas
Motion denied. Just bad luck.
So I even put it in the song. I even I even put it in the song. He'll write his motion in rainbow markers and then fucking blame Trump. I mean, he does. He can't help himself. And he's been doing this for a long time. Remember, one of his motions literally had like different colored fonts, and I made fun of him. It went into the song. You forgot how good that song was? Did you want me to keep it going? Do you want to see the rest of it? We can put it back up.
Oh yeah. Internet lawyer. Oh yeah. Transcript lawyer. Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. Hashtag lawyer. Oh hell yeah.
Deandra.
Stamp a liar. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Internet lawyer. Oh yeah. Trump stamp lawyer. Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah. Hashtag lawyer.
Legally, I know that doesn't make any sense, but that is irrelevant. If I go on,
not irrelevant.
it is
You know
absolutely
it.
no.
That
It
is
is
not irrelevant. You know it.
Hashtag yikes. Texas. Motion denied. Just bad luck.
Can I sue you for that? Can I sue you for that?
I think what you do is reprehensible. I don't like it.
Can I sue you for that?
Oh yeah. Hashtag lawyer. Oh hell yeah.
Can I sue you for that?
Oh, I wish we could watch the Dr. Phil episode again, but he took it down. It was on his YouTube page, which I guess he got kicked off of YouTube. So do we want to hear more of this? Oh God.
The Jim Lee, in the meantime, his motion for judgment on the pleadings could be granted. But all those things have to happen first. And then if the case is still alive by the end of June, then we'll have a hearing. And if Jim Lee calls Judge Mata and asks her questions that aren't in his disclosure statement, her testimony, I'll object based on non-disclosure. And the PDJ will say, oh, no, I think I already ruled on that. It's sufficient disclosure. And then we just go forward and whatever happens at the hearing happens. But I've then raised the appellate issue because, again, the rules in Arizona have always been interpreted to avoid ambush. I'm getting ambushed. You know I am. Jim Lee doesn't want to tell me the truth because he knows the truth is terrible for him. So he's just, I would argue that he is actively deceiving the court. That's what I think Jim Lee is about as a person. Based on my dealings with him, he is just someone that doesn't care about following the rules. He cares about winning regardless of the rules. So I don't share that view. I'm trying to follow the rules, but regardless, there's not
You
any rule
can't
in the
even
motion
follow the rules about what color markers, what color font to use. I'm trying to follow the rules. Like, do you ever tell the truth?
compel communications with Judge between Mata and the bar. I just said they need to disclose more, and the PDJ says no, they don't. Also, she said, I have listed Jim Lee as a witness, and she says, oh, he's not a witness. And I'm sorry, but she's incorrect about that. I have listed Jim Lee as a witness. I get to call, I mean, the judge can exclude a witness if they don't have anything relevant to say. Jim Lee absolutely does. But we're gonna sidestep that, because all that the judge said was, well, the complaining party here is the state bar, not Jim Lee, even though Jim Lee is the one who filed the complaint based on things that he alone raised. He put charges in the complaint that were not brought up by Holly Wamick or Judge Mata or Dr. Deans or anybody else. Jim Lee raised arguments and claims that—
Yeah, but the bar is allowed to add stuff that they see you did. Am I right, MG? Like, he doesn't need someone to complain about a certain thing that this idiot did. Jim Lee can look at the record and find more stuff. Isn't that why he's a bar investigator? When they investigate, like, yeah, and exactly. He knows exactly what Judge Mata is going to testify about. Why? I don't understand why he thinks that the bar can't just add stuff they see happening. Thank you, MG, for clarifying. Yes. I mean, they don't need a witness to have raised the issue. Jim Lee himself can just watch this guy and be like, well, there's another violation and there's another violation and that one's going in the report and that one. He doesn't need that. So again, the way this man argues irrelevant ideas makes me crazy. The disclosure statement on Judge Motto was pretty clear. Did we see that? Is there a copy of that somewhere? Do I have that? I don't think I have that. Have we seen the disclosure statement? Does anybody know where I can find that? I would like to look at that instead of listening to him anymore, because he's just, that's what I need. Yeah, can we take him off the screen? I can't look at this man anymore. I'm actually looking, I don't know what I did with the, hey, Bruce, you're in the chat. Do you remember in our Discord chat where the video of him, the clip of him threatening me is? I might have saved it to my hard drive. Let me look. Hold, please, while I look and you guys figure out if we have the disclosure statement. It's in Discord? Where in Discord? Can someone give me a link or something? Telling me it's in Discord is like telling me I don't know. I can't think of something that would, but it won't work. Okay, that won't help me find it. Reddit has a new post with all the links for this bar situation. You mean the Justice for Clayton Reddit page? All right, I will look there. That I know how to find. But also, let me look. Please hold. Your streamer will be with you momentarily. Okay, I must have a folder in here for Gingras, don't I? I do. Dingus. It's called Dingus. I don't think I saved it. It's in our Discord chat somewhere, so that could take me a while to find. However, let's go to Justice for Clayton on Reddit. And maybe we can find the disclosure statement. Justice for Clayton, here it is. Share this instead. Okay, now you guys can roll with me. All right. Only one word can sufficiently describe this stream. Professional. Listen, you don't come here for the professionalism. You come here for the laughs, and you know it. All right. So is it called disclosure statement? All right, Bruce, where am I going to find this? Love trapped, mega thread. Ah, there it is, the mega thread. Awesome. All right, where's the disclosure statement? Disclosure rules. Filing supplementary. Second motion to compel. Is it called disclosure statement? Anyone? It's like they made the mega thread just for you. What's it called? What am I looking for? Tagged on Discord. Okay, yay. What do? Do I go to my notifications? Chat, help me. I don't know how to work Discord. I suck at this. Notifications, maybe? Direct messages? Is it in a DM? Or no, you just tagged me in it on Dave's. Shit. I don't even know where my notifications are. I don't know how to use Discord. This is bad. I don't know I don't know how to find this. Honest to God. Bruce, if you have a link to it, would you drop it in our Discord chat? Because that I could find. But I'm not seeing me tagged in anything. I don't know how to do it. Should I play having the babies while we look? Okay. I can do that. Babies. Why do I have 3 versions of this? I hate Discord too. It's hard.
I texted and called you, but still you won't explain. I really need you to love me.
I'm looking for the disclosure statement.
Even a week will do. You should know it feels so right. Having a baby.
I'm not seeing it on the mega thread.
Hear back from you tonight.
What one right where? Well, this is fun. Go to Clayton section. It's the newest thing. Yes, DM it to me on Discord. That I can find. I can find my DMs. I think. There's a freaking ad in front of my thing. Okay. There it is. Wait. No.
If I don't hear back from you tonight.
I'm clicking on my messages and nothing is coming up. Oh, there we are. Accept DM. Mochi. I accepted it. Ah, there we go. Yes! Mochi comes through. We have it. Oh boy. Okay. How do I can I make this bigger? Yeah, I can. Okay. How do I share this? That's the question. Stop screen, share screen. Is it a window? What am I looking at? Yeah, there we go. Mochi Bear is the bomb. Thank you for giving that to me. All right. So here it is. Testimony. Judge Mata is expected to testify regarding her rulings regarding David Gingras. Hold on a second. That's her court address, right? I don't want YouTube to get upset if there's an address on the screen. I'll just read it to you off screen. Judge Mata is expected to testify regarding her rulings regarding David Gingras' attempt to enforce the restraining order against Maricini, which would have precluded him from appearing at the June 10th, 2024 hearing after being subpoenaed by Clayton Echard's counsel. Well, that makes sense because she was the witness to his behavior about what she did to Maricini, because he had asked her multiple times if he tried to bar him from testifying, and she said no. Okay, so this is pretty specific. MG, what do you think? Specific enough? There's more. She will also be testifying about the adverse impact, if any, of David Gingras' public and social media posts about her and any other relevant matter regarding the case, including her issuance of an order on February 21st restricting the disclosure of Laura Owens' medical records and the May 21st order denying David Gingras' motion in limine. That's all very specific. What more does he need to know? And if I'm assuming he can ask questions of her about those things on the stand, which he can, yeah, sounds sufficient to me. Thank you, MG. I agree. That's pretty specific. Okay, so here's the other thing. Gingras claims that he has hired Mark Randazza to represent him in this bar thing. And yet Mark Randazza has not entered into the case. How long is he going to go without counsel? Like, how long into this process does he think it's a good idea to continue this without counsel? I do feel like he has already not ingratiated himself with the judge, and he's making big mistakes. And I mean, far be it for me to offer David Gingras any good advice, because I really like watching him struggle and flail. I like watching him embarrass himself in front of a judge. However, I will offer this piece of advice. Get Mark Randazza on the case now. Have him enter the case and do all of your communication for you because you suck at it. You're bad at it. You make people hate you. I know you don't do it on purpose, or maybe you do. I don't know, but you're very unlikable. And you need to get an attorney, and an attorney should know this. Kimmy, what was it that I read that the Justice JFC Instagram obtained? I don't know what I read that they got. Was it the I don't know. I can't tell. Not everything is stamped or whatever, but yes, thanks to them for whatever it is that I read that they got. I don't know what it was. So I'm sorry. Oh, the transcript. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. So I grabbed it from, I think, Clayton's Justice from Twitter, and I thank them for putting that out there for sure. Okay, so I am considering what to do here. All right, you guys want me to read Judge Mata's dad's? You want Harry Howe's motion to quash? I kind of want to see. So I never read David's response to it. Is it ridiculous? I bet it's ridiculous. Hold on. Where's the original motion to quash? My favorite part is when he says, how was I supposed to show up at a P.O. box on the same day I received it? Where is it? Reply to state. Let's see. Second motion to compel. Response to motion to quash by Gingras. Had to be before that. Where's the motion to quash? I think this mega thread is missing something. I don't see it in there. Oh, wait, there it is. Got it. All right. I got it. Open. This is Harry Howe, Judge Mata's father. And he is responding with a to the motion to compel, which I also have not read. And I don't think I need to. And all right, here we go. Do we know much about him? I know he was a lawyer. Hold on. Harry Howe, Arizona lawyer. He was a lawyer, right? Yes, I think. I don't know if he still is. If this is the one, if this is the right one, I see a Harry Howe that was an insurance and nursing home litigator, estate planning, licensed for 51 years. That sounds about right. So apparently has experience. Wait, you need to read where he writes Judge Mata was found to have committed misconduct in a motion when the ruling said the opposite. She wasn't. Well, which ruling is that? All right, let's just read this one first. Harry Howe pursuant to Rule 47, Rules of the Supreme Court, blah, 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 hereby respectfully objects to the subpoena ducis tecum served upon him by respondent David S. Gingras on Monday, March 9th at approximately 8:30 p.m. Undersigned was served at home with the subpoena ducis tecum issued at the request of respondent, a true and correct copy of which is attached hereto as Exhibit 1. We don't need to read the rules, do we? Here's this is the subpoena. You are hereby directed to appear and attend before and or respondent's counsel at this address in Phoenix. Then and there on March 9th, 2026, then and there to testify in the above entitled matter and to bring with you the following. All documents described in Exhibit A hereto, emphasis in original. No time of day on March 9th for the appearance was provided in the subpoena. That's a problem. Obviously being served with a subpoena at 8:30 p.m. the evening of March 9th, with the commanded appearance and production date the same day, made compliance impossible. Furthermore, no time of appearance was even provided. Quite clearly, a reasonable time for compliance was not provided. The subpoena was accompanied by a letter from respondent, ostensibly dated February 27th, which stated it was sent by U.S. mail in personal service. The letter was never received through the mail, and it was first received at the time of personal service. The complete letter is not attached because it contains statements and allegations not properly before this disciplinary body. However, in part, the letter stated, the subpoena also directs you to personally appear, but at this time you do not need to appear. You only need to produce the requested records. What? You need to appear, but you don't need to appear. You just need to make records appear. What? And be a time traveler. Yes, thank you, Flux. Oh, my Lord. Directing that no personal appearance was necessary, which is inconsistent with the subpoena, does not obviate the simple fact that the subpoena called for appearance and production of documents on March 9th, time not specified, the same date the subpoena was served. Additionally, Exhibit A to the subpoena contains 5 very broad categories of documents requested to be produced. Undersigned is not privy to the allegations in the disciplinary complaint, nor any answer response filed by respondent. Therefore, undersigned, who is obviously a non-party to this proceeding, is unable to determine if any of the requested documents, should there be any such documents, are relevant to the issues of the proceeding or reasonably designed to lead to the discovery of relevant admissible evidence. Undersigned, therefore, respectfully requests that the presiding disciplinary judge require respondent demonstrate clearly and credibly, without speculation and unfounded accusation, the discoverability of the listed documents. To the extent that your undersigned possesses any documents as described in Exhibit A to the subpoena requiring a non-party to produce private documents should be done only upon a showing that such documents are indeed discoverable. Right. So he's saying they are not discoverable, he doesn't think. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of the line indentation format either. But, you know, that's a personal preference. All right, let's see. I feel like there was another one because wasn't there one where he calls it silly? Where was that? Did he do 2 of these? So there was the March 13th one. Oh, yeah. And then I did not read Gingras' response to that. Should I read that? Was it funny? Where's his response to the quash? There it is. Let's open that. Why didn't that open? Open it. There. Okay. Response to motions to quash filed by Harry Howe and Julie Mata. Okay. Oh, God. How many pages? 16 pages, David. Oh, David. I did, aka the cat lady. Thanks for the 5. Did you see Melissa Rivers' Clayton interview? Melissa said she knows Laura from the equestrian world, and Laura has had scandals and a bad rep. I did see that, and that did get my my wheels turning. I think what she's referring to is the trouble she got in with that horse that she sold, and she claimed that she got sued for it. She claimed that one of the horses that she sold had never been jumped before, had not been in competitions, and it wasn't true. It had a record of jumping, and it wasn't a good one. So according to the lawsuit, and I think it's settled outside of court. I'm not sure. But yeah, I would love to talk to Melissa Rivers. I loved her mother so much. Oh my God. I like Melissa too. I would love to talk to her. I didn't know that she had a YouTube channel or a podcast or whatever. It was a good interview though, and Melissa can get away with some jokes that with Clayton that I don't think anybody else has tried, and it was funny. Clayton handled it well. So if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go and check that out because it was great. Oh God, David, is there going to be rainbow colors in here? Can I get through 16 pages? I feel like just kind of speed reading through it and getting to the good parts. Mr. Howe's sole argument is relevance. That objection is not well taken. The subpoena to Mr. Howe seeks information that is clearly relevant. Nothing more is needed for this court to deny Mr. Howe's motion. With respect to Judge Mata's motion to quash, respondent begins by incorporating the same points raised in his motion to compel. Even if judicial privilege applies, which it does not, the privilege has been waived. Well, how? How is the privilege waived? Beyond that issue, respondent will only add a few additional remarks, but it's going to take 15 more pages. Just a few remarks, though, which were excluded from his motion to compel due to lack of space. This court never ruled Judge Mata is excused from producing her copies of information submitted to the CJC. All right, so this is irrelevant because the court's ruled that she doesn't have to, I think. Respondent is not trying to harass Judge Mata. Imagine having to write this. Respondent is not trying to harass Judge Mata. If you have to write that sentence, you've already lost. You've totally already lost. For reasons that are honestly not at all clear, Judge Mata complains respondent is attempting to... Hold on, I think I have a kid right. Okay, she's just getting socks. Hey, can you get me some coffee? Yeah. I was going to take a break and get some, but now that you're here... Well, is going up and down the stairs going to be bothersome? Yeah. Okay, I guess I'll get it myself. Maybe you could talk the other one into doing it. Okay. That would be great. I have a mug. Here, take my mug to her. Okay. Hold on. Take my mug. And I don't know if she knows how to make... Oh, where are you? Yeah, I was going the other way. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Just cream, please. Okay. For reasons that are honestly not at all clear, Judge Mata complains respondent is attempting to harass her by asking her to produce copies of any correspondence she exchanged with the State Bar as part of its investigation into this matter. On that point, only a few comments are needed, primarily to ensure that the PDJ understands all the facts. First, on September 17th, approximately 3 months after respondent filed a complaint with the CJC regarding Judge Mata's conduct, she responded by filing a written complaint with the bar about respondent's conduct. A copy of that letter, including attachments, is included as Exhibit A. In her letter... Ooh! We've never got the entire letter before, did we? Did we get the whole complaint from Judge Mata? Is that... Or am I forgetting that I read it? Because it's been a while. Chat, anybody know? Have I read this before? Did we know we had this full thing? Or is this the first time that he's released it? In her letter, Judge Mata raised several concerns. Some of those concerns eventually formed the basis for charges in this matter. For example, Judge Mata accused respondent of trying to intimidate a witness named Michael Maricini, an allegation Judge Mata made without first contacting respondent to ask for his side of the story. Yeah? I'm going in. Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, okay. All right, but can you we have other bathrooms. Oh. Go and find one. Where? Go in. Sorry guys, it's after school time. The kid raids are going to be epic right now. It's going to be nonstop now. It's the bus pulled up. We got activity, so I got to hurry this up. He's like crawling under my sheet here. But that is not what's important. What is important is this. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. She accused respondent of trying to intimidate a witness named Michael Maricini, an allegation Judge Mata made without first contacting respondent to ask for his side of the story. She doesn't need that. She was there. She's the judge. Oh my God, she was a witness. She doesn't need to ask him for his side of the story because she was literally in the room. Yeah, she was there. I just saw the chat. Check the mega thread for the Mata complaint. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, it's on this. It's on this one. It's in the exhibits. You need an out of order sign on your bedroom door. I know. I know. I know. Well, the reason why Hangry uses my bathroom is because his sisters do not want him in their bathroom, which I understand. He's a little boy. He's gross. And there's just, no matter what we do to talk to him about, you know, how to behave in the bathroom, it just, in one ear out the other. So I make him use mine, and then I just clean up after it because, you know, he's 11. I'm teaching him, but it's a process. Let's just put it that way. It's a process, and his sisters don't have the patience to put up with it. But they're just going to have to put up with it today. But that is not what's important. What is important in her September 17th, 2024 letter to the bar? Judge Mata never accused respondent of making any false statements about her. Well, that doesn't matter. The bar saw your statements about the judge, and they can make that decision. Judge Mata never accused her. Okay, as the PDJ can see from the letter, the judge raised several other concerns, but not that one. She never accused the respondent of lying. But the complaint filed by the bar in this case does contain that claim. In fact, it appears to be one of the more serious claims the bar is concerned with. Obviously, since Judge Mata did not raise lying in her initial charge to the bar on September 24, 2024, but the bar added that allegation in the complaint filed in this case. Well, I think they can do that. They have the right. Obviously, there must have been some discussion between the bar and the judge between them during those two dates. That is why respondent asked Judge Mata to produce correspondence she exchanged with the bar. This information will shed light on why the bar chose to pursue a serious allegation the judge herself never raised. It doesn't matter if the bar raised it, the bar raised it. How dare you, Bruce? What do you mean you're only half paying attention? Sorry, hold on. I require your full attention, sir. Turn your attention to the screen. You're not allowed to just half pay attention to this show. Do I need to pull this chat over and throw a chancla at you, Bruce? What do you mean you're only half paying attention? I'm offended. Just kidding. Totally kidding. All right. I mean, I literally have to listen to any YouTuber's streams that I'm listening to. I have to do it like 3 times because I always fall asleep while I'm listening. So then I have to go back, find out where I was when I fell asleep, and then listen again, and then I'll fall asleep again. Then I do it again. And on the 3rd time, I usually get through it. This information will shed light on why the bar chose to pursue a serious allegation the judge herself never raised. It is thus relevant and or reasonably calculated to lead to the discovery of admissible evidence. Yeah, I doubt it. Judge Mata also suggests respondents should seek this information from the bar rather than from her. Well, that seems reasonable. There is, of course, no rule which mandates a party must seek information from only one specific source when multiple sources are in possession of the same information. Yeah, Bruce, in order for you to pay attention, do I have to add you to the stream? Do you need a link so you can pay attention? Is that what you need? Oh yeah, you're in big trouble. Why did you come up here to the front of the class? Huh? You want to come sit by the teacher? You want to come sit by the teacher? I'll send you a link. You Moreover, there is a simple practical reason why respondent asked for this information from Judge Mata via subpoena rather than serving a written discovery request to the bar, because it was much, much faster. Stop passing notes. That's right. I require your full attention, people. Your full attention is required. That is obviously a joke. I do not require anything, really. Just your presence is great. And the like, if you could hit the like and the subscribe, maybe you check to see if you're still subscribed, because YouTube sometimes does unsubscribe you for absolutely no reason. No, you know whose streams I'm always listening to when I fall asleep is Robin, your psychic girlfriend, and I love her. But her voice does it to me. It puts me to sleep. And then I have to go back and listen again. And I have been enjoying her takes on, on what's going on with Laura. I never miss one. I really love listening to her. But her voice is so calming. It puts me to sleep. Let's see. A written request for documents was made to the bar under Civil Procedure Rule 34, would give the bar 30 days to respond. By comparison, Rule 45 allows for a much shorter response times, the only limit being a reasonable amount of time, see Rule 45E. As the PDJ knows, the time limits allowed for the completion of discovery in this matter are almost impossibly short. Because the rules of this proceeding, which respondent did not set and cannot control, allow so little time for discovery, respondent chose to use the fastest method available under the rules rather than the slowest. That is certainly not a valid basis to object to an otherwise proper request. Finally, Judge Mata raises one last objection that warrants some discussion. One of the items respondent requested via subpoena was for any minute entry orders, ruling, or decisions issued by Judge Julianne Mata during any time in 2023-24, which contain the words snake or python. What? What is happening? What is happening here? What? Oh my God. He's attempting to discover the one case she had where she was accused by somebody in the robing room, which isn't like an online Yelp for judges, of looking up information on Google about a snake. This guy is unbelievable. Judge Mata claims she cannot respond to this request because the database in which court orders are maintained does not have a word search feature. Yeah, it probably doesn't. What is this request looking for? The answer is the bar has charged respondent with making false statements about Judge Mata, which include an allegation that she has used Google research to decide cases assigned to her, rather than basing decisions on admitted trial evidence. If true, that would demonstrate unethical conduct by Judge Mata in violation of the Code of Judicial Conduct. What? You're trying to pull in some other case? Yeah, the Gingras robing room conspiracy. God, he's really reaching. The allegation arises from a negative review posted, which could be total hogwash. It could be completely bullshit. A negative review posted about Judge Mata on March 24th, 2024. My seat is too low. I have to fix this. There we go. I felt like a midget. Like, why am I so low? My seat was set wrong. Who's been sitting in my seat? Another fishing expedition is right. That negative review shown on the next page was written from the perspective of a father who had a change of custody matter assigned to Judge Mata. In the author's review, he claimed Judge Mata was clearly biased from the start, and while the judge was conducting an evidentiary hearing, she interrupted my testimony to say that she Googled a snake lying next to someone, and it means they are sizing up their prey. The review claims that the author had a ball python and that he ex-wife, what? And that he ex-wife, Gingras used spell check, had a snake of the same type. The author claims that after telling the parties she had used Google research the dangers of this type of snake, Judge Mata ordered a change of custody, which resulted in the author's children, one of whom is on the spectrum and doesn't do change well, being ripped away from their home with no notice and preparation, not even getting to say goodbye to their friends, family, and community. This might be total bullshit. Look at him using color again. Well, I guess this is a screenshot, so he can do that, I guess. Respondent republished this review as part of his public warning page on his website, which is attached to the bar's complaint in this matter. As has been explained to the court multiple times, this type of speech is protected by First Amendment rules, or First Amendment, unless the bar can show by clear and convincing evidence that the speech was false and the respondent knew it was false, or that respondent acted with reckless disregard for the truth. This is why respondent served a subpoena asking Judge Mata to produce any minute entry. Yeah, with snake or python. Gotcha. During the meet and confer process, respondent explained the reasons for this request. blah, 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 wants her to sign a declaration. They refuse to accept any of those reasonable alternatives, seeking instead to bring the current motion to quash. For the reasons stated above, this court should deny Judge Mata's motion. Is that my coffee?
Yep.
Yay! Thank you. Appreciate it. Hot coffee. Oh no, it's one of the flavored ones. They never do it right. I just want plain coffee. It's okay. I'll survive. What is that? Honey flavor? Weird. Oh, the screenshot is supposed to be an exhibit, not inserted into the middle of the pleading like a blog post. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. In that case, okay. Oh no, he's not bringing up President Nixon. Oh dear God. Oh no. The judge's motion is eerily similar to the arguments raised unsuccessfully by the President of the United States in United States versus Nixon. Oh God. Here we go. He just cannot write a motion without inserting his many political opinions. I'm sure he hated Nixon. In that case, President Nixon was guilty of serious criminal wrongdoing. He attempted to conceal his actions by withholding relevant information in response to a lawful subpoena. He raised many of the exact same confidentiality privilege arguments that Judge Mata now raises. He even argued harassment. At the end of the day, the United States Supreme Court unanimously rejected those arguments and blah, blah, blah. Well, where's the, but what? He didn't even argue the Harry Howe thing, did he? He didn't argue against Harry's. I was waiting for that argument. All right, here's Judge Julie's letter, her bar complaint. I don't think I've ever read this entire thing. To whom it may concern, this case was heard June 10th, 2024. The case has substantial media and social media attention. At the case's inception, both parties were not represented. Petitioner Laura Owens retained several attorneys during the litigation, but the case was ultimately tried by Mr. Gingras. Respondent Clayton Eckert was represented by Greg Woodnick. Due to the media attention and concerns expressed by petitioner, measures were taken to provide safety to all participants, freedom of the press, and transparency prior to the hearing. And I will say that Judge Julie Mata did a damn good job. She had that place in total order. Nobody stepped out of line. There was enough seats for everyone. They had an overflow room. She was prepared. I got to give her credit for that. Lots of credit is due. Petitioner's request for a court security escort from counsel's car into the courtroom while in the hearing and at the conclusion of the hearing was granted. Ooh, we're finding out that Laura got special treatment from the judge, along with measures to ensure any parties with an active order of protection or injunction against harassment were kept the appropriate distance from each other. Prior to the trial commencement, court security at Maricopa County Sheriff's Office advised the court the counsel for a petitioner called 911 from the parking lot of the Northeast facility, attempting to have Michael Maricini arrested for violation of an OOP that petitioner had renewed in California. With court security and MCSO present, court was unsure why 911 would be necessary. Yeah, you and me both, Judge. You and me both were unsure. Law enforcement was already present. This court, through security and MCSO, advised the responding police officers that Michael Maricini was responding to a valid subpoena and was not to be detained prior to testimony, if at all. This court is unclear why this witness was identified and an arrest requested. The parties and some witnesses have competing OOP and IAH. While the court is unable to find this as witness tampering, given the totality of the circumstances and pretrial litigation regarding the subpoena and witness Michael Maricini, it strongly appears to be an attempt to prevent his testimony by counsel. Yep. And or the petitioner. Respondent intended to call Michael Maricini and Gregory Gillespie to provide evidence of other crimes, wrongs, or acts to show motive, opportunity, intent, preparation plan, knowledge, identity, absence of mistake, or lack of mistake pursuant to Rule 404B. The court previously found their testimony to be relevant and admissible. During the petitioner's cross-examination, Mr. Gingras appeared to be signaling his client with sweeping arm movements, including making an X. I told you he was doing this. He was literally like waving his arms in the air. It was so obvious. And here's the judge backing me up. I said this. Stephanie noticed it first. She elbowed me. Then I told the camera, and the camera got like the tail end of it. But when I looked at him, he was going like this. Sweeping arm movements, including making an X with his arms and sweeping his arms along the front of his body, just like this. Like, draw it out. That's what it seemed to me like he was saying, draw it out. It appeared to be an attempt to prompt certain responses from the petitioner. Once counsel for the respondent stood between Mr. Gingras and the petitioner, she became agitated and emotional. She asked for a brief recess, which was granted. The court issued a ruling. Dated June 17th, it docketed June 18th, 2024. The court received an email from Mr. Gingras demanding the following of the court. Dear Judge Mata's division, oh God, this is going to be bad, isn't it? I am writing to raise a potentially urgent issue that has just come to my attention. In short, Ms. Owens informed me that various individuals have recently posted claims on social media, which, if true, may warrant a change of judge for cause pursuant to Family Rule 6.1. So this is all the crap about Judge Mata's father. We're not going to read this whole thing. Look at it. It's just... yeah, talk about verbose. And he's all, I'm going on a cruise to Cannes next week, and I'm going to be extremely limited with phone and internet. Who cares? Blah, 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 blah. Of note, Mr. Gingras demanded that the court respond to him by 5 p.m. the following day. Litigation by email is inappropriate. The court responded instructing the parties to file any appropriate motions. Mr. Gingras filed a notice of change of judge for cause, memorandum and affidavit support on July 8th. While the court takes no issue with the notice, Mr. Gingras was unprofessional and inappropriately disparaging within his pleading. For example, this shameful conduct not only violated Laura's rights, it raises serious questions regarding Judge Mata's fitness as a judge of the Superior Court. Any reasonable objective observer in Laura's position would be justified in wondering, was my case fairly decided based on the evidence, or was Judge Mata simply trying to impress her father? Look at me, Daddy. I'm a real judge now. Just watch me destroy a young woman's life because the other party was on The Bachelor. Hee hee. We told him this was an epically bad move. He didn't believe us at the time. I have attached a copy of the pertinent hearing minute entries in motion for your review. I'm available to discuss further if you deem it warranted. All right, so here we've just found evidence that he lied again. He lied again. He said that Judge Mata never mentioned the untrue statements that he made about her, but she absolutely did. She put in here all his allegations about her, which I am assuming she knows are false. And she is pointing out that they are false. That she had done something inappropriate with her father as far as like giving him information on the case. That she shared information with him. And she put all of it in here. So his continued insistence that Judge Mata never mentioned these untrue things that he said about her, they're right here. They're in the bar complaint. They're right here. And also the inappropriate crap he said in his motions. Yeah, Bruce, I'm with you. I wish he would go back to Twitter and say more appropriate and crazy things. I agree. I like Jingy on Twitter. Jingy Twitter was fun. But he doesn't go there anymore. I think he's in that, what is it? Blue Sky or blue something? I don't know. I think he's on the alternative one. I know the one for people who can't abide anyone who likes Donald Trump, and he's like that. He's obsessed. Okay, it's been over 2 hours. I need to go. I need to get out of here. So What should I leave you with? We've had a lot of fun. Thanks to Dave Neal for coming on today. That was a lot of fun. And I will try and have him on again next week if he has some time, or I'll go on with him. Whatever is good for him. There's a couple more super chats. SF says, Megan, your updated minor perjury song is not on your song playlist. I tried looking for it the other day and couldn't even find it with the YouTube search. That's because I didn't upload it to YouTube. I'm sorry. I haven't done it. I will put it on the list of things that I should remember to do, but probably won't until you remind me again. Fair for all. Thanks for the 2-cent Venmo. Oh, cool. Okay, well, I'll check. I always do that at the end. I do remember to do it. I feel bad you had to send a super chat to tell me that. But normally I do check. So I will check now and make sure I get it. Nancy, thanks for the 20. Says, wonderful to see you with Dave again. Well, it was wonderful to be with Dave again. That was a lot of fun. 2012, Jameson, thanks for the 2. Defamation just done by him. OMG. Justice for Clayton, thanks for the 5. Thanks for the JFCIG for obtaining the transcript read on today's stream. Yeah, absolutely. AKA the Cat Lady, thanks for the 5. Did you see the Melissa Rivers Clayton interview? Melissa said she knows Laura from the equestrian world, and Laura has had scandals and a bad rep. Yeah. Yep. And it was a great interview. You guys should absolutely go and watch it. Let me check super tips. We are good over there. All right, guys, you take care. I am going to be live tonight with Tug on his channel at 8 p.m. If you want to tune in and see what we're doing over there, it will be probably Jeremy Hale's content is what we're talking about. But the day show that we are working on building up, we will be doing other topics. Like we are going to be catching up on Laura Owens in time for the trial. We are going to be responding to, when I find that video of David Gingras threatening me, we will be responding to that. It is quite funny. And I know I miss doing regular Laura Owens content too, but it's going to ramp up. It is going to ramp up. Our schedules are finally coming together and we're able to do more day streams as well. So we will do it. All right. I know I read it halfway through, but I just thought I'd read it again. Sorry. Yeah, there is a deadline coming up. Doesn't Laura have until Thursday to decide on the plea deal? There is. I don't remember what the date was, but I know it was in April. So we should be getting some news about that. We should be. All right. I want to leave you with a music video. And you know what I miss? I miss Breadstick Money. I want to play Breadstick Money. You know what I need to do? I need to redo it because AI has gotten so much better since I made it. I need to redo it with like a moving video with the pond scum, like the little pond scum posse, like floating around in the pond scum. Wouldn't that be fun? I feel like that would be a lot of fun. All right, let me look for Breadstick Money. It's got to be in here somewhere. Breadstick. There it is. No. What? Go back. That's not it. Dang it. Hold, please. Breadstick. I used to have it in StreamYard, but I got it. My memory wouldn't hold it. All right, here we go. Breadstick Money. I will. I'll see you guys later. I'll be on tonight with Tug, and then tomorrow, I'll be back on my channel at 8 p.m. See you guys.
Yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Give me that breadstick money, honey. Breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Unlimited supply coming at you on the fly. With that groupie super cash making them cry. We're taking all our honeys to Olive Garden, spreading breadstick money like fire in the oven. Give me that never-ending salad amount of stromine. Can't get enough since it's raining holy money. $1.99 times 100 fat stacks. Hanging on the mic, spitting mad facts, making jokers mad cause they never got a laugh. Cracking people's sides, making liars take a bath. On the mic daily and nightly, holding it tightly, poking the mighty plane in our teeth over teeth. Registering in pocket scene and subscribers' opinion, we're just here screaming. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That groupie cash, honey, yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That groupie cash, honey, yeah. We're the pawn skunk posse swimming around, diving deep for the truth that's buried underground. Short shorts, skinny jeans, latte in the blender. Swiping through the news, it's so fake, call it pretender. Reddit bros blowing journals out the water, breaking big news like some Upper East Enders. No rolls, no pins, no Lambo budget. 2 pound does it for the breadstick money, yeah. Give me that groupie cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Give me that groupie cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That groupie cash, honey, yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That groupie cash, honey, yeah. With a blonde skunk posse swimming around, diving deep for the truth that's buried underground. Short shorts, skinny jeans, latte in the blender. Swiping through the news, it's so fake, call it pretender. Reddit bros blowing journals out the water, breaking big news like some Upper East Enders. No rolls, no pins, no Lambo budget. 2 pound does it for the breadstick money, yeah. Give me that groupie cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Give me that groupie cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That groupie cash, honey, yeah.